everybody, and welcome back to Movie Files. Elliot here with a brand new movie review, and this time it is for John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, directed by Stahelski, and stars, of course, Keanu Reeves. We have Halle Berry, McShane, and Laurence Fishburne. Now, before I get into what I loved about this film, what I didn't like about the film, give you my overall score, and also give you my rankings of the 3 movies in the franchise so far, I want you guys to do me a couple favors. Number one, if you haven't already, definitely subscribe to our channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with our latest movie reviews, TV breakdowns, trailer reactions, unboxing videos for the new releases, and also giveaways. So definitely subscribe to our channel. And then also, with this being a movie review, I want to know what you all thought of this film in the comment section. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. What are your rankings? What do you like? 1 over 2, 2 over 3, 3 over all of them? Let me know in the comments. But with that being said, let's jump into this movie review. Alright, so as I do with all of my reviews, I always like to start off with the positives, and I gotta just start off the bat where this film kicks off, which is, this is non-stop action. This is a movie that you really don't get to breathe, and you have some quieter moments with the characters, but this is from the beginning to end, just non-stop. And within literally the first 15 minutes, I probably have some of my 2 favorite set pieces, action set pieces in the John Wick franchise, and I won't get too involved in the details of it, but it involves, number one, a library scene, which we see in the trailer, and also a scene involving a warehouse and knives. I mean, literally within the first 20 minutes, we are like literally in the action. It is so amazing watching the action set pieces evolve from 1 to 2 and 2 to now 3 with a bigger budget, but in the best way possible. They do so many great things, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it a little bit later, but within the first 15 minutes, I am hooked, and we're starting off with a big bang. Again, without giving too many details away, I mean, there's scenes that involve horses, motorcycles, and swords. We have scenes that involve just so much insane action, and I really gotta praise the stunt department of this film, because Dacascos obviously has done a great job with these franchises, or this franchise, and even David Lynch, who was part of the second one. I mean, the stunts in this film, I know that there's no Academy Award for stunt work in movies, but there should be, because this film just takes it to the next level. This film reminded me of when I saw Mad Max Fury Road, which oddly enough came out 4 years ago today as I'm shooting this video. I've never been so involved in the action, and just from every action set piece just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and doesn't feel repetitive. It feels fresh, it feels new, and it just seems like they put so much thought into what they're going to do next and how they're going to top themselves, not only from the previous movies, but just from the previous scene. Gotta talk about this amazing cast. Obviously, I gotta start off with the man, the lead, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the lead of this film, Keanu Reeves, who I have been a big fan of. He's part of one of my favorite movies of all time, which is The Matrix, and so many great action movies like Speed. But, I mean, Keanu Reeves is just, he is born to play John Wick. This is probably one of my favorite performances of his in the franchise. I love the first one because it's more of a personal story. But as far as just the different layers that Keanu dives into with his character, and kind of, we learn a little bit more about John Wick without getting too much in the storyline, but a little bit more of his background, previous relationships with other people, and things of that nature. So I think Keanu Reeves does such a great job of just kind of peeling the onion. We're finding a little bit more about this mysterious John Wick character, and I love how he plays this role this time around. And again, I can't go without saying the action in this film by Mr. Keanu Reeves is just taking it to the next level. His gun fu action is never better in this film. His actual hand-to-hand combat, which there is so much hand-to-hand combat in this film. I feel like I was watching The Raid 3 at times, and that's a good thing, because I love The Raid. If you guys know me, Raid is one of my favorite action movies ever, and this is definitely up there in regards to the kung fu, hand-to-hand combat. The gun fu in this film is just great. Got to go off with some more cast members. We get some returning members from Laurence, who we obviously know Laurence and Keanu has a history in The Matrix. I love that they pay homages to certain scenes in The Matrix that they do in the different John Wick movies, especially 2 and 3. He's great in this film. He gets more to do. Lawrence's character, he's kind of the underground crime lord. He gets a lot to do, and I love his character. We also get McShane back playing Winston, who is just great in these movies. And McShane, I mean, come on, this man's a world-class actor. He gets a much more to do in this film. We have a very interesting dynamic between John Wick and Winston in this film. Lance Reddick, who plays the concierge of the Continental, has some really great moments. He actually gets to lay some hands down in this film. He does some action in this movie, which is great. And then, of course, the new additions I had mentioned earlier. This film stars also also stars Halle Berry, who I'm a big fan of. She plays Sophia, who's kind of an old friend of John Wick, and she has one of the best scenes in the movie involving two dogs. It's a great set piece, and I won't get too much into it. It's in the trailer, but that's just a little scratch of what you get in that scene. The scene is phenomenal, and Halle Berry is great in this movie. And we also get a new addition with Mark Dacascos, who plays Zero, who is probably my favorite like side villain, because in all the John Wick movies we have like the main villains, and then we have like these side villains that kind of give John some problems throughout the film, like Common did in the second one, or even in the first guy we had the security guy that was protecting the kid in the first film. So I love this particular Zero character, is so great, and I won't get into what his involvement is in the film, but he has this crew of people which involves some characters, or one character particularly from the Raid, which again I love the Raid. So again, this Mark Zero character was probably my favorite side villain in the entire franchise. All right, so I can't leave out the director, Chad Stahelski, who's been a part of this franchise since day one. His directing this film is just so great. From the action, the way he shoots action is some of the best action I've seen in Hollywood. He has to be one of the best directors in handling the stunt work and handling the action. The color scheme in this film, this is a action noir action film, and it is raining from beginning to the end, and you feel those vibes. And I just love the way Chad handles the film and does a really great job of directing it. I know some people aren't the biggest fans. I'm not saying that 2 was bad, but I know some people are like, oh, I like 1, but I think, you know, Chad kind of took some things from 1, took some of the best moments from 2 and really kind of incorporated in this third one. I thought that his direction in this film was just bar none. Again, I love that he incorporated more hand-to-hand combat. I love the way he handled these brutal scenes. I love the way he injected comedy within those brutal scenes. The comedy is great in this film. The action is great in this film. The casting is great. And it can't do, you know, obviously the cast is phenomenal, but it's a great cast isn't nothing without a good leader at the helm, and that was Chad Stahelski. I'm sorry I'm butchering his name, but Chad did such a great job in this film, and this is probably my favorite directing of his in this franchise so far. So jumping into the negatives, this is they do introduce this particular character that works with the high table, played by Asia Kate Dillon, who I actually like the character, but the rules around the high table and kind of their motivation was a little bit muffled at times and kind of not really fleshed out as much as I want it to be, as well as there are some moments where we see kind of some repetitive beats in regards to the second act, but those are just some minor things. But the biggest thing for me was kind of getting the understanding of this high table concept in this particular character that we get played by Asia Kate Dillon. It just didn't really mesh well as far as like kind of laying the groundwork of what they were trying to explain. But outside of that, guys, wrapping up this review here, overall thoughts, this franchise continues to just up the level, up the ante of the action. Give me more of this franchise. Give me the Continental TV show. Give me some spin-off movies. Of course, give me more from John Wick. I am loving being in this world. This is a fun fact. This is my first time experiencing John Wick in the movie theaters. I had the first 2 movies, but I didn't see them at the show. This is a theater type of experience. The crowd loved every moment, and I was enjoying it with them. Again, I love how high obtained the action is, how the comedy works, how the characters works, how the dialogue really worked well. Again, there's some of the best action I've seen in the movie in movies in a very long time. I love that the movie was able to pay homage to the first 2 films, but this franchise as a whole is able to tell a story within each chapter of this movie and be in its own film. I love that. Again, I was able to see 2 before I actually saw 3. And again, I saw 2 when it came out, on Blu-ray. But seeing 2 and then jump right into 3 was a really cool experience. So if you get the opportunity, definitely watch 2, because it leads right into 3 without getting too much into that. Just kind of looking at my notes again, I love the new characters they introduced. I love the characters that we get from the original 1 and 2. And of course, John Wick is better as ever. Giving this a score of 4.8 out of 5, and that score can potentially go up after I see it again. I want to see it again in the theater, and of course buy it on Blu-ray and watch it over and over again. It's that type of film. One of the best action movies I've seen this year, and probably will be from the rest of the year in my opinion. It's some of the best action I've ever seen on film. Again, I'm not overhyping that. 4.8 out of 5. Definitely recommend it. If I were to rank these films right now, I'm not living in the moment. I really do feel this. for me, it's 3, 1, and 2 in that order. And again, it's 2 and 1 kind of switch back and forth for me because I really love the action in 2, but I love the personal story that we get in 1. But 3 mixes all that in and gives us a great time at the theater. I can't recommend this film enough, guys. Check it out, and when you do, and if you've already seen it, like I said up top, comment below. Let me know your thoughts of this film. Let me know what your rankings are of the franchise so far, and let me know what you want to see from this franchise. Whether it be, like I said, there's going to be a spinoff with the Continental, some other spinoff characters you would like to see have this movie, and of course, more from John Wick himself. So let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching this review. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Definitely follow us on all of our social media accounts, especially Instagram, because we're very active there. And we go live every single Thursday on Instagram to interact with you all. So definitely follow us there. Subscribe to our channel again. Hit that notification bell. See you guys in the next video. And thanks for watching this one.